I had the pleasure of experiencing your wine firsthand in New York at a beautiful hotel a couple of weeks ago at your launch event. So thank you for taking the time and doing this. So what I want to know first is your wine. How long was it from coming up with the idea for it to actually launching at that New York event? Was it a long process?
Yeah, it was a long process. We start working in this wine since 2017, 18, Nico? 17? Yeah,
yeah, 17.
17.
I think.
Yeah, the idea started in 17. So in 19 we start to harvest the grapes and start to make the wine. But at the end we have the pandemic, the COVID, and
right.
but the idea the background, you can see the cellar here. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so that's an interesting thing about you, Isabel, that a lot of people who call themselves winemakers aren't actually experienced with the harvest. You've done the harvesting in your local area in the US and Europe. You've done it on 3 continents.
Yeah. Yeah, because for us, as a winemaker, we want to at the beginning we learn during the harvest. So we need to go, and because Chile is in the south hemisphere, we can have ¿cómo se dice beneficio? The
benefit.
The benefit that we can have 2 harvests in the same year. So we start on March in Chile, and then I can do a harvest in the United States, but only when I start working. Now I'm doing only the harvest in Chile. Yeah, cool. For the beginning, it's more like a trainee that you can have both things, that you can move from Chile and then you can go for Europe or United States, and then you can go, for example, Australia, and then you go again for another place. So you can move.
So you know your grapes, that you know your temperatures, your climates, your grapes. So you have to know a lot of stuff besides, is this good wine? Is this bad wine? And it's interesting to hear that it took years to get launched, also because of the pandemic per se. But when did you come up with the name for the wine?
Yeah, we start first. Nico can talk about the brand, because we start first with the name, and then we want to create a wine that it's like have a match with the name and so Nico, maybe you can talk about the brand, something.
Yeah, this brand, we have been working on this like for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. The idea of Unrated was to do a brand that is like a tailor-made for the American market. Mm-hmm. So we work with an agency in the United States, which is Stranger and Stranger. Mm-hmm. They are a very known agency in terms of packaging for whiskey, for this beverage, and also for wine. And what we were looking for was a completely different branding in terms of what we are used to for the wines. If you see the brand, for example, the wine brands of Chile, like they are all very similar. The structure of the label, we have the brand name, then the variety, the vintage, and there are some difference, but not too much. And what we want here was to have a very disruptive packaging. Yeah. And we want a label that be very outstanding on the shelf. So that was like, for example, the brief for the agency, and then they come with different options, different ways, and one of them was Unrated. And as we want a wine that, for example, doesn't be built under recognitions from the classic wine critics, for example, I don't know, Wine Tuesday with James Acklin, we want that Unrated doesn't talk about that. Yeah. We went with the Unrated option because this won't be rated, and it's unrated.
It's our own rate at the end. It's our own 100 points. We don't need, we don't need a critics ratings. At the end, the consumer is gonna rate the wine, and then we're gonna have this Cabernet Sauvignon that it's at the end is the attitude behind the wine that we want to show and we want to express in the market or for the consumers. Because the other day when we went to New York, I visit also, for example, Wall Street. So you can see like very classic financial and people very structured, strict. But at the end, you don't know if they, for example, play electric guitar, maybe. So it's a wine that you can play with that. At the end, a very structured person in the weekend maybe enjoy sing a song. I don't know. It's like more the attitude behind the wine more than
and also another point is that we want to target like young people, mainly millennials and people that don't feel very identified with this winey world, that it's sometimes very sophisticated, like sometimes very fancy and with a lot of rules that you have to pair this wine with this food, and if these wines came from a specific origin, like we don't want to talk about that. So all the branding behind the brand, it's disruptive, we want to challenge the wine industry, and that's why we have a very different packaging, and we are going with a strong social media strategy and all the communication and building of Unrated. It's different of what we're used to.
Yeah, you've used a word twice there, Nico, which I love, disruptive. When I was a kid, I definitely got in trouble a lot in school for being disruptive because I was bored. I was sitting in class going, I could just read this. I don't want to listen to you talk for a long time. Yet nowadays, brands want to be disruptive. When did you start to notice that, hey, it's good to be different and disruptive?
Well, at the end, it's At the end, it's very important that we talk about a brand disruptive, but the wine, it's we need that wine that's gonna be very high-end quality, and we don't have to doubt about the quality of the wine, because I'm gonna a Cabernet Sauvignon that express the highest expression of the Cabernet, the fruit, have the best things of the Cabernet, but we're not gonna make something completely different, but we're gonna work on the quality and with a different attitude. That's the thing that we want to show with this cup.
Exactly. The proposal here for our target is to have a brand that they feel identified in terms of personality, in terms of value, in terms of interest, but we need that the product, that the wine that they are tasting be a high-end quality, and that's why we have Isabel, which is an amazing winemaker here. Is one of our promise winemaker, the young promise winemakers in Chile. This wine is built under the concept of the extra cap concept, which is a blend of 3 different Cabernet Sauvignon. Each of them comes from a vineyard that is excellent for the Cabernet Sauvignon. So in terms of quality, we don't have doubts about the quality, but we don't want to talk about the classic things about the Cabernet Sauvignon. We want a different brand. So that's Unrated.
That is Unrated. And we expect more varieties under the Unrated brand in the future. In other words,
No, we're gonna work on the Cabernet. Yeah, because for us, it's also the expression of a high-end Cabernet, and it's born in Chile. So we want to show it's a different way to show Chile at the end. Yeah.
And Darren, which was your first impression when you saw the label in the event?
It was
the first time that you saw the label?
It was great. I was surprised when I walked into the event that the kind of music that you were playing and the darkness of the vibe of the atmosphere was not your typical wine event. So
yeah, because every need this kind of light. Yeah, because it's this kind of light that you need to see the wine, to see the color, the expression, everything. But at the end, we're gonna put some different experience, because if you don't see the wine, but at the end you're gonna taste the wine and you're gonna smell something or drink something, but you're gonna experience with the thing. It's you have the old experience, the food, the wine, the music, the people. So it's more than that.
Yeah, and Isabel, when we were briefly talking at that part of your show, I say shouting because there's a lot, there's a lot of event. You mentioned getting inspiration from Lady Gaga in what you do. Now, I'm curious. Every person I've ever met from Chile happened to be a fan of one of my favorite singers, even though he's not the most famous person ever. His name is Mike Patton. He's the singer of a band called Faith No More, another band called Mr. Bungle. Are either of you familiar with Mike Patton?
Yeah, I know.
Familiar.
Yeah, but Faith No More. I know who is Faith No More, but I'm not too familiar. But yeah.
So you're the first person ever that I've encountered, Nico, that was not that familiar with Mike Patton. So congratulations on being a disruptor. So then my last question for both of you has nothing to do with your excellent wine. It's, do you have a TV recommendation you could pass along if someone needs a new show to start? And it's totally fine if it's Spanish language, because most of the top shows right now in Netflix on the US are not in English.
Yeah, I have
you want a Spanish?
Anything that you think that we should be watching, because you have great taste in wine. Maybe you do it too in television.
Yeah, I just saw an excellent series on Netflix, which is in, I don't know the name in English. I know that you have a different name, and that it's in Spanish is the La Casa de Papel. Is like the house,
the paper house.
The paper's house, but it's in English it's like the money something. I recommend you that series. Very good.
Cool.
And it's
I didn't know that one, so that's going to have to go on our list. Do you have anything to add to that, Isabel?
I have, I like different kinds of series. Sometimes I have my romantic part. It's not too unrated, but in my behind, I don't know, that like a secret. Sure. No, but which kind of series? Yeah, but it's more I like the Doctor series, like what's the name of the series? The last series is Grey's Anatomy. No, I love it's Grey's Anatomy, but not the other one, the New Amsterdam.
Oh, New Amsterdam. Okay.
Yeah, New Amsterdam is a really good series. Yeah, okay. I like this. And if you want a Spanish series, I watch a lot.
The name that the series I was talking is Money Heist. I don't know if you have, if you have heard about it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Money Heist. I believe it was a movie first, but either way, those are some good picks. And did you have a Spanish language show or two, Isabel, before I let you go?
A Spanish show?
Yeah, sure. If you don't, you don't, and we'll find out in the future the next time I interview you.
And for you, which one is your series you want to I'm gonna think in my series, but which one you can recommend us?
Me or Nico?
No, you, Darren.
You.
Okay. Do you like stupid comedies?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
If you can find this one online, it should be on Netflix around the world. It's called I Think You Should Leave. And it's kind of sketch comedy. It has some familiar faces doing cameos. It's very stupid, very funny. No audience laugh track, just straight comedy. If you don't like this skit, it's over in 3 minutes. There's another one. It's called I Think You Should Leave. Pienso que sales. I don't know. I don't know if it's got a different foreign title to it.
It's on Netflix, I think. You Should Leave.
Yes, it's a Netflix original, but it's
on Netflix original.
But thank you both for your time, and it was great to experience your wine. I'm looking forward to seeing how the brand grows and what comes up.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you,
Darren, for your time and everything.
Paltrocast.